So good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. And today we are doing the second webinar in the free series of webinars for the month of March. And this month we are talking about how to unlock the movement in your life and how to unlock the flow in any area of life that you feel is stuck. So before we start with today's topic, I would like to just take a minute to uh, just revise what we did in the last webinar. And talking about movement, when we spoke about movement, we say that the life inside us is moving, and there is a movement that happens with every minute or every phase of time that we pass through. So when there is movement towards different things in life. And this movement not necessarily is always just growth, but there is movement. It can be up and down and however, but if it is stuck in some area of your life, in some some issue of your life, like in relationships or in career or in money or in health or in terms of wealth or connecting with your family, then that means that there is some interrupted movement with your source. And when I talk of source, the source of life that we carry comes from our parents, from our mother and our father. And there is a method in which you can understand and you can release uh, this interrupted movement towards your source. Also, in the last webinar, we spoke about what is the importance of the movement towards the mother, and what are the aspects in life which can get affected when the movement towards anyone's mother is interrupted or is blocked. And there was also an exercise that we had given which you could follow. Uh, Today, we will be talking about how an interrupted movement towards the father can show up in your life in different ways. Am I right, Gayatri?
Yes.
So, if you can take over from here and tell us about how important it is to understand in which aspects of life or where in life does the movement towards anyone's father show up, and
Yeah,
where does this concept come from?
right. So, even before we connect to the Bert Hellinger's constellation way on how mother and father are so crucial for our life, if we look at the psychological, socio-psychological development for the child, after the birth, initially first around 4 to 5 years, the child is uh, in touch with mother. Child feels as though it is the extension of mother, and then slowly it starts developing its own boundary, getting closer to the peer group. And on the onset of teenage is when the father's role, the secondary caretaker for the child, becomes so influential, so important. So that way, if we see, there comes a moment in our life where we move away from our mother and we get drawn to our father. And when we sense that transition being easy, we sense that that bond with father is naturally developing, then of course there is a connect with father. Of course, this particular moment is influenced by what has happened before. Because as a child, if one had seen parents fighting and in their world, oh, father is so dominating, so the child has already started making the judgment, who's right, who's wrong, and taking the sides in their head about their parents, has already made the child entangled with the parents. Because Bert Hellinger says that when we take sides consciously, we are choosing or accepting one parent and we are rejecting another parent. So consciously, we become like the parent whom we are accepting, and subconsciously or unconsciously, we also become like the parent whom we are rejecting. And that's how we carry both of them in us. But now, when we have already looked at the interrupted movement with mother, and of course, mm, in last webinar, Priya must have shared where 9 months we are with the mother, and the bond is very very strong, as though child feels that child is not separate entity but part of mother, and that's why we worked with the mother's uh, perspective first, or our bond with mother first. Now, when we come to the father, as mother and father, they both offer particular aspects or attributes to us, as opposed to mother, who offers us our bond with life and our experience with emotions. Father is responsible for how we uh, feel supported or not supported in life, how strong we feel ourselves, or how we experience whether we are able to take a stand for our own self or not, our own boundaries. So all these strength related aspects, they come from the father. It has also been observed that our relationship with our career, that also comes from father. Though relationship with career, money, and overall socially, how much successful we feel, that looks like comes from father. Again, from a person to another person, it is very unique, because both the parents will have their own views about all these things, and the impact will come from both. But generally speaking, father is the source of strength for us. Yeah. Father is the one, for the daughter. Father is the first man in her life with whom she can um imagine how a adult relationship can look. Not that she is imagining her father in that role, but because she has seen her mother and father being together as a couple, what she sees her father in relation to the mother is what she imagines her own significant uh, partner to be like or not to be like. On the other hand, for a son, how the father is treating the mother defines a lot about how he is going to view his own relationship with his partner. Also, because in the teenage, the sense of self is becoming stronger, and the sense of I know it all is developing. When the approval from the father is there, or the connect with the father is naturally there, we tend to become more confident of our own expression, our own individuality. So that's how it also becomes the source of our validation. So children who lack, either they are too entangled with the mother already and they are not moving towards the father, or they are entangled with the father in a negative manner. That's when their connect, their movement towards father will remain interrupted. It has also been observed in constellation work that the bond of love is strong, but the bond of sadness and anger is even stronger. So when a child is angry towards father, it will be like, it may look like I am not uh, close to my father, but the entanglement with the father will be stronger. Whatever the child is rejecting in the father will become his or her own personality, part of her own personality. Yeah. And no matter how much ever we feel that at different points, I'm very sure each one of us has felt that, oh, I should have had a mother like this, or my mother was not this, she should have been like that. I wish my father was like that, or I wish my father was not like that. Yeah. Bert Hellinger says that different parents would have had different children. And these were the set of parents, those were perfect for us. And when we are able to accept that, that's when we are able to receive the life that they have given us exactly as it is. And then we become complete with the source from where the life has come to us. It came to us through the parents, but it has come from a source much beyond that. And when we are in completion with the source of life itself, that is when life can flow in a harmonious manner. That's when life can become balanced and we can experience what we are here to experience to the fullest. So that is how, though the series is titled as Movement in Life, but it always begins with movement towards the parents. So last week you have experienced the movement with mother. This week we are going to do the movement towards the father. Priya, do you have anything to add?
No, I
Got
guess
that.
it's just on track and going
Yeah,
with the flow.
yeah. So then let's start with the movement with father, towards the father. So, of course, as now you're sitting here and I will be guiding you, you can do this in imagination. Alternatively, you can also do it moving physically instead of just sitting and imagining in one place. So, in an empty room, make sure when you are doing this movement exercise, nobody is going to interrupt you in the room. So, nobody enters is the ideal way to do it. Place a chair and imagine your father sitting in that room, in the chair, and intuitively take a distance from your father and keep looking at him, keep looking into his eyes, keep observing what happens to him. So, as I guide you through the movement towards father today, instead of doing this in imagination, you can physically walk or move. And in that same process, as Priya said at the beginning, while answering your question, that your body will guide you. So that is alternative way. Today you just can close your eyes and then follow the process as I guide. Okay. So as you close your eyes, make yourself comfortable and cross your hands, your fingers. And imagine yourself in a space or in a room of your own choice where you feel completely comfortable. And as you imagine yourself in this personal space of your own, You're standing in a comfortable place at a distance from your father. Go with what comes to your mind first. What is the distance at which you are standing? Make a note of that. And as you face him, look at him. Notice what happens in your body. What are the thoughts? What is your mental attitude or emotional state as you look at him? As you notice all of this, you don't need to change anything. Just acknowledge everything that is happening in your body, those particular thoughts and feelings. Just acknowledge. Maybe you are remembering how hard he has worked in his life. Or, on the other hand, you are just feeling blank. Whatever it is the moment of truth for you. And that is how it is for you at this moment. Nothing that happens as you look at him in this moment is by accident. Pay attention to your body. Are you able to look at him? Or maybe you are not able to look at him. What are the sensations in your body? Whatever that is happening, and when you acknowledge it as it is, if you experience that your mind, all your thoughts, feelings, and especially if your body is completely comfortable, then take a baby step towards your father. You don't have to move close to him if you are not ready. There is a lot that is unsaid. Are you feeling choked? It's okay to feel that way. Maybe you want to tell him something and you are not able to say it. Acknowledge that. Stay with what you are feeling. as long as you need to. Do you feel like a child in front of him? Or you feel you know better? And thus maybe you feel bigger than him. As you start becoming aware of your thoughts, your feelings towards him, slowly you may start coming back. Let this picture fade from your mind for now. You may come back to this every day at your convenient time so that you can continue the movement towards your Father. Whatever that has got acknowledged in this moment is for you to experience for now. And with that, allow yourself to become aware of your present surroundings, your breath in this moment, your body in this moment, and slowly and gently rub your palms, rub them on your eyes. Allow yourself to be relaxed. And then slowly and gently, you may open your eyes. Take your time. Stretch your legs. or hands if you feel necessary. Take a sip of water if you want to. If you feel like making physical note of whatever you experience, please do that. Whenever you feel ready, we will start with the sharing. Priya, could you please stop the recording?